Hello, you guys. If you're catching this on the replay, drop in the comments replay. Welcome to all of those new people. Say hello and shout out how long you've been in this group. We have not had the opportunity to meet yet. My name is Kelly Hoover and I am a last 90 days girl, Rachel Hollis, just fan and love connecting and supporting each and every one of you in this group. It's so amazing to be on this last 90 days with you guys, third year in a row for me. So welcome to all of our new folks joining the group, and welcome everyone back who is back working on this last 90 days. So you guys drop in the comments and let everyone in this group know, is this your first last 90 days? Is this your second? Have you read a lot of the Rachel Hollis books? Are you journaling with hers? And how you are doing in this last 90 days. So I wanted to hop on really quick. This week we've been talking a lot about habits. Obviously, following along with Rachel's cues and guiding us through this last 90 days. And the cool thing is this is our last 90 days, not only for the year, but for the decade. So it's like incredibly unique, right? So that means that each and every one of us should be really going for it more. So I'm glad that those of you who are new have found your way into this group. So again, my name is Kelly Hoover, and I love one of the cool things about the last 90 days, the first time that I really focused on it, which was 3 years ago. It really carried on into the first 90 days and then the second quarter of the year and the third quarter, that almost the last 90 days for me is like an everyday occurrence. So I hope that it comes that way for you too. So let's dive in really quick to one of the things that we've been chatting about on the group, that Rachel has been chatting about with us this week, is habits. And think about what your habits are. We are probably always trying to create new habits, but I was going to share a few things with you that have helped me personally develop habits, and I hope that you'll share also. We all have things that we can contribute in this group, and so if you have new habits or tricks or anything that you know will help all the other amazing people, drop them in the comments because we can each learn from each other. So when I think about habits, I think about things that we don't have to think about. So for example, taking a shower, brushing our teeth, going to get the mail. These are basic things that are cues, they're actions, they're prompts. There are things that happen every single day in our life. We don't have to remind ourselves to do it. It just happens. It's a natural habit for us. So think about those things in your life that are those natural habits, right? And do they always come naturally? Were you taught them as a kid? And then do you have a habit that you've created for yourself that maybe didn't come very natural? So when you think about creating a new habit, I'm going to use the example of water because that's one of the habits that we're working on with the Thrive to 5. And I know, personally speaking, that is a habit that I had to develop. And that was not a natural thing for me when I was developing this habit. So let's just use that for an example. So if you are really trying to work on, drinking more water, half of your body weight in ounces of water. So whatever you weigh, divide that in half. And that's the number of ounces of water that you should be drinking just for good body hydration. That is something that Rachel does recommend. And so when you're trying to create that habit, you have to really think about it, right? You have to give yourself cues. You have to think about, I need to drink water. I need to drink water. Some tips that I believed helped me when I was going through that process of really trying to get hydrated, because you just function so much better when you are hydrated, is I set alarms on my phone. I didn't drink a lot of water years ago, but I set alarms on my phone. So for example, if I am trying to drink, 75 ounces of water, 100 ounces of water, whatever your number is, I would set an alarm every 90 minutes. And it would say, chug water, chug water, chug water. And then it became like my body started craving water and I wanted water and I felt full, from drinking water. And so if you're finding that you are trying to create a new habit this week and you're really trying to put focus on one new habit, think about setting an alarm on your phone to remind you, to really give you that cue that maybe for brushing your teeth is natural, but it's not natural for, you drinking water, or you trying to journal, or, going to exercise, or eating a certain way, whatever it is that you're trying to do a habit. Another thing that was really helpful for me is sticky notes. I am like a giant fan of sticky notes. These little things that you can get from the dollar store. And anytime I'm trying to create a new habit, I like to write them. I choose to write 10 sticky notes, and I usually post them like on my mirror. I post them on my refrigerator, on the door in and out of my house. I post it on my console in my car. Drink water if that's your habit. Journal. Go to the gym. Whatever that new habit you're trying to create, it's constantly like you're constantly seeing it, right? Like you're constantly seeing that habit. And so that is a really, really great way to start creating some of those habits, right? Because you're first thinking about what are those cues? What are those cues to become like a natural habit where you don't have to think about it? See, if you continue to do those little small things and you create those cues, you're then going to take action, right? Your alarm goes off. It says, go chug water, go drink water. What are you going to do? You're going to go take action now, right? You've got the cue, the alarm. You've got the action, go drink water. Then afterwards, you're going to have the reward, and you're going to feel great. You're going to feel hydrated. And you're going to continue to do that. You're going to feel proud of yourself that you've created a new habit. And if you continue to do that, you won't have to think about drinking water. You won't have to think about journaling. You won't have to think about any of those other like habits that you're trying to create. So, and that's the thing, share it. Share what your habits are that you're working on. Maybe you're like, Kelly, I don't even know what you're talking about right now. You can go back to the email that Rachel sent out to us all. I know a lot of people aren't getting their emails, but we're trying to post them in here. And I personally have been not getting them either. But we are trying to sort of keep it up with her themes for the week, which is all about habits right now. So developing new habits this week, go for one. Like really go for developing a new habit, whether it's drinking water, whether it's exercising, whether it's taking better care of yourself, getting more sleep, journaling, whatever it is that you are trying to improve and you're trying to create that habit. But don't stop. Like, don't stop right there. One of the other things that I will give you a tip before hopping off on is exercise was another habit I had to create. And that was a little while back. I see, Catherine, you just said exercise. That was something. So I made a non-negotiable rule. I am not allowed to go 3 days without moving my body. So if I go to day 3, it's non-negotiable. Like I have to give up something else and I have to go exercise. I never go longer than that because here's what that does. It doesn't allow for me to go 4 days. 4 days turns into a week turns into 10 days. Next thing I know, it's been a month since I've exercised. And that's not good. That's not a great way to create habits. So set your non-negotiables. I love the 3-day rule because life happens sometimes, you guys. And maybe if you're trying to break the habit and you're trying to create a good habit of exercising, maybe there's 2 days in a row that you can't, that you just don't. You're not able to exercise, but don't go that 3rd day. Whatever it is, you've got to continue on. So I hope that was helpful. I would love to hear what you guys are working on this week and creating a new habit, and how everything's going in your last 90 days. Remember, this is not only the last 90 days of this calendar year, it's the last 90 days of this decade. So I want to encourage everyone to go for it. Whatever you are working towards at this moment in your life, go for it. You can do it. Use this community as a way to cheer you on and connect with others and cheer each other on and share. We want to celebrate everyone in here. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to hear about all your new habits. Bye.